You guys ready?
Sure.
What's up, everybody? Matthew Ellis.
Chelsea Caslow.
We're coming at you with another episode of Heroes by the Pint. We're joined each and every week. You know him as the producer. We know him as...
A pain in our derriere.
Wave at the people, Caleb.
Which one?
There you go. It's your camera, my man. It's your camera. We have an in-studio guest. It's been a while, and it'll probably never happen again after this episode. We are joined by Sean Forney. Not because...
I was going to say, like, what do you know that I don't know?
That was just mean for no reason.
Right. It's only happened, like, one other time.
No, I just imagine he's going to be like... Never go on this show.
No, we might be able to fool like new people into coming.
We were joined by Sean Forney. Say hello to the people, my man.
How's it going?
Me or the people?
Everybody.
I'm doing pretty well.
I had a rough day. I'm not trying to lie to you guys.
We are the Glassy-Eyed Geeks, and you know what time it is.
I didn't open mine.
Do you see how delayed mine was? I tried to make it as dramatic as my
that's
mood.
that's how out of sync we are. No, everyone is like.
At least it wasn't like an explosion.
Oh man, we're going to be kicking over to the producer in just a minute. He's going to be hitting us with that show rundown. But before we do that, Chelsea, you ready to hit them with the well-rehearsed beer formation?
It's not on the can, dude.
There's
it
something
says
on the
government
can.
warning, according to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages. That's like all I got.
You heard it here first.
Don't drink and drive. This is the Jackie O's OPA, Ohio Pale Ale. We're pretty excited about them because they are an Ohio brewery, obviously. And what's the ABV on this puppy? 6%.
Yeah. Nice chuggable beer.
Sustainably crafted with purpose.
With purpose. Limited release.
Super dope can art. We are all about that.
They just made one of their previous small release batches, Who Cooks For You, one of their flagship beers. Really excited about that. We possibly will have some Jackie O's news coming soon.
We got something in the works that it's in the works. So keep your fingers crossed. We might be drinking more of this pretty soon here.
Right. Keep the cans coming.
Johnny, we're talking to you.
Yeah. Caleb, my man, what are we going to be talking?
The C2E2 stuff that we did and whatnot.
Yeah.
He wasn't confident with that delivery.
No.
He's like, I think this.
It's been a long time.
C2E2 still took it out of him.
I told you, yeah.
It was a rough weekend.
It's been like a rough month.
Sean was at C2E2.
You just cracked the can open.
Yeah, I've been drinking half the day.
He hasn't eaten anything since yesterday.
There you go.
You can tell how svelte I am.
He's a cheap date.
That's right. Before we jump in to the full episode, we got a special announcement. Chelsea.
Yeah.
This is your baby.
This is my baby. We are announcing our latest winners, with an S, of our Instagram giveaways. This, if you'll recall, is the Sweet Wolf's Ridge Watershed Distillery giveaway.
Yes.
And we waited a long time because we've got 2 people who won, and it's a big deal. And we had tons and tons of entries.
Yeah, our biggest giveaway by far.
This is our biggest by far.
Yeah. Before we jump into that announcement, we'd like to remind everybody you can support this podcast for as little as $1 a month. Head over to heroesbythepint.com. Over there, you can click over to the Patreon link. You can click over to anywhere you enjoy your social media and anywhere you stream your podcast services. Without your support, we could not do this podcast. It means a tremendous amount to us, the people who always step up for us. So head over to heroesbythepint.com and check out our monthly giveaways on Instagram and get social.
Get social.
Yeah, hit that.
Not enough socialization right now.
All right, hit him with those winners.
All right, so our first winner is Chelsea. I don't know how I feel about sharing a name with anyone.
Yeah.
To be clear, which her Insta, what's an Insta name? Insta
handle. It's a handle.
God, okay.
God,
it's Panda_Duchess.
How whack are you? You don't even know
Dude,
it's
I'm
a handle?
old. No, it's like a gamer thing to have a handle. Is that
No, that's a gamer tag.
All right.
Oh, okay. See, that's how old I am.
Well, whatever. Anyway, follow her at panda_Duchess on Instagram. And our second winner.
Can I jump in here? When Caleb brought that over, I thought it said Panda Douche. And I was like, it's a cool ass name.
That's a pretty sweet handle. You know, if you're going to have a handle, it might as well be douchey.
Panda Douche.
Yeah. But it's not.
thought it
It's
said
Panda Duchess, not douchey at all.
Duchess.
And we have Nona Breyer Rowe, who is, you can follow her at Roe, ROENONA, Roe Nona.
Prizes.
Which that's a sweet handle. Roe Nona. Make a song
Prizes
out of that.
are in the mail. What's the handle you really wanted to win, Caleb?
Oh,
it
it's
was
on
like
that sheet. It's like
Touches Baby Whale.
yeah.
If only you brew West
No,
Geek
tiny-
tiny hand to touching whales.
That's like the longest handle ever.
That's who
Who
I.
is that? Did you look at their profile?
This sounds like a Prince song.
Tiny
Sounds
hands
creepy,
touching
dude.
whales.
Tiny hands touching whales.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man.
All the S's are replaced
the
with
drunken
Z's,
the
clearly.
drunken thumb soup can fitness. Oh, everyone calls me Bean. Who are these people?
Soup Can Fitness is actually a nice handle too.
Soup can fitness is my friend Sean.
That's a good handle.
Yeah, dude. Everyone calls me Bean. I think is my favorite.
It's-
Kate's oldest girl. How many girls does Kate have?
could be quite a few.
Oh man, yeah, no, definitely tiny hands touching whales is the best.
All right. Sorry.
Bill of the Forest.
Sorry, Panda Douche. Tiny Hands is getting the prize in the mail for the best handle.
Well, thank you guys for playing. It was fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, you can support this podcast. Head over to heroesbythepint.com. It really means a lot to us. Spread the word. Tell a friend. Hit us with those 5-star reviews and those ratings. Sean, now you've sat through enough of our... You can tell how rehearsed that was, right?
Yeah.
We're
Perfect.
We're
Yeah.
pros.
Yeah.
We're pros.
It's official, though. Everybody knows that the Instagram giveaways are completely random, or we would have picked that guy.
Yeah.
Like, no questions asked.
Why don't we... I got a question to ask everybody. Did you get your tickets today, Infinity War?
Yep.
Yes.
Like 5:30 this morning.
The real question
had a reminder
was I
set.
supposed to buy Ellis one?
That was actually what I was going to
That's
ask.
gonna be my follow-up question.
Because I did buy 3.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so you're
You
either
really
coming
did?
with us or I have to find a friend, and that's much harder.
We don't have those.
What?
Sean, you wanna
when
come
are we
with us?
seeing it?
I've already got
The
tickets.
The Tuesday after.
You guys
Okay,
waiting
cool.
that long?
Yeah,
Oh.
It's
$5
it's
Tuesday,
$5.
dude. We're poor. We
I
don't
need-
have
we
a
need a-
ton of Patreon followers.
but one of our Patreon followers is John Cusack.
That's true. That's true. That's not a lie. Like
I don't think it's but
the best cast ever. We're like announcing our newest Patreons, and I was like, we got Jan Dalton, which is Kayla's mom, and I was like, and John Cusack, and Ellis almost like shoots his beer out of his nose, and he's like, John Cusack.
if we could get Nick Cage,
Oh,
then
there you go. There you go.
if
I
we
mean,
could just get
we give him a lot of love. He could give us $1.
if we could get the cast of Con Air to be Patreons, then I feel like then I could do this full time. I mean, they're all doing really well, right?
Yeah, well, Dave Chappelle's a fellow Hawaii. Yeah. Jeez, I can't talk.
Ohioan?
Yeah.
You were gonna say Hawaiian, which
I
is
was
like
going to,
way
yeah,
cooler.
yeah.
Mahalo.
You know why?
I only had,
I
like,
think
2
he was
drinks on
gonna.
that.
I know why he was gonna say.
Well, it did make you chug your other beer.
Well, there was that.
I think I know why he was gonna say Dave Chappelle was a Hawaiian. You know, because he lives right near the beach. Boy. It's a little half-baked joke for you there,
Oh my
if you're
God,
not ready.
No one is
Ready for a half-baked joke?
No. Speaking of which, did you see the new beach movie that's coming out with like Matthew McConaughey?
Oh, yeah,
we
Snoop
should cover
Dogg.
that.
Beach bum.
Yeah, it looks
Looks
pretty.
good.
It looks pretty well. I heard it follows after the events of the first season of True Detective,
Yeah,
so it's following up after that. That's what I heard.
it looks just like that's what's happening.
That, and it's like a mix between We Are Marshall and
Yeah.
it's great. It's a great
Dazed and
movie.
confused.
Dazed and confused.
jump into it, Sean. You're here to promote Scarlet Huntress. We have backed it on Kickstarter. You just released the Daryl Banks cover, which I'm super hyped that's the level I backed it on because it was beautiful.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for backing it, supporting it, bringing me on here to talk about it. I think it was Saturday night, Sunday night. Daryl sent me the finished line art. I colored it the next day, and we put it up. I've been a fan of Daryl's work since I was in high school, and I've gotten to know Daryl over the years from being a fellow Columbus person, whatever. And I was just astounded when he agreed to hey, would you do a cover for our book? He was like, yeah, why not? He's actually picked up books over the years from us, and so it was just great to get the opportunity to actually, be like, hey, can you do a cover? And he turned it around really quick. I mean, he sent me a preliminary sketch that we used as kind of a placeholder in the Kickstarter for the last couple of weeks before he had time to get it finished. And his preliminary sketch was just amazing in itself, and it was just well, where's he got to do a finished piece? So it was awesome to get that and have it, and then be able to work on it and be like, hey, I worked with Daryl on something.
Is it a reach to say we've met so many great people in the comic industry? Is it a reach to say that Daryl's one of the best people ever?
Oh yeah, Daryl's a super nice guy. He's fun to just sit around and chat with and kind of share stories and talk art stuff and whatnot. And he's been in the industry for a while, so he's seen all sorts of sides of everything. And yeah, he's just a fun guy to be around and get to chat with. So it's awesome to see a guy that's been in the industry that long, and again get the opportunity to actually work with him.
And you've also worked on some of our favorite books with a complete hack, Garrett Gunn. You did the cover ink for Box Masters, correct?
I did the colors on the Box Masters with Garrett and
Go West.
Go West. I did the color covers on issues 1 through 3, and just recently he's had me do 3 different covers for Franklin and Ghost, and then
You are right in the middle. We're going to move you just like this.
all right.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So
Thank you. The producer, he actually
Look,
did
he's doing
something.
his job. Did you feel scared?
I know. I was like,
I was
what
like,
is...
oh god.
I was like, what did I break?
I looked over and we were like, I can't see this guy at all.
There we go.
We have to do the same thing for Chelsea.
It's true.
We had to build the desk lower so she could sit higher.
You
There
got
you
a
go.
higher stool, a lower desk, and then I also have I always have my mic kind of to the side.
Right.
Sorry about that. I messed everything up.
No,
And then
no, you're
Ellis
good. You're
is
good.
hunched over trying to.
Yeah.
I just I probably don't need to speak directly into the mic, but I want to have that voice of God when people
Yeah,
are
there
listening
you
to
go.
the podcast.
You do sit right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that freaked me out, dude.
Sorry.
Okay, so working with Garrett Gunn, you said you were working on some Franklin and Ghost.
Yeah, Franklin and Ghost. So we did a couple of variant covers. I think 3, if I remember correctly. And right now, because I know he's announced it on social media and whatnot, we are doing. Let's see. I wrote myself a cheat sheet here. Let's see if I can find
Yeah,
it.
reference it.
Franklin and Ghost Origins, and it's the actual origin of the character Delilah.
Nice.
So actually, before coming out here today, we chatted, and I'm going to push to get all the pages colored by hopefully the end of the month. So he's got a 24-page story of how Delilah comes about, why she's the character she is, and whatnot. So it's fun getting to work with a new artist who I'm going to butcher his name. I want to say it's hopefully Marcello Trom. He did all the interior line art, and I'm going and coloring it. And it's been a fun project so far. Garrett is very easy to work with. He's just go to town, do it, and lets me do my thing.
He's kind of the best.
Yeah.
Garrett's incredible, man. So that's awesome. That you've worked with him and a lot of the Source Point family. We have so much fun supporting Source Point, and head over to their website. Hit them with that promo code, Chelsea.
HBTP.
20% off every time you check out. Yeah, we have mad love for Source Point, and they've been so good to us. But let's jump into Scarlet Huntress. So, how many issues are currently out? What issue are you working on now? Jump into the Kickstarter.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got 3 issues in the main story, which are sitting on the table here if you can see it. But we did issue 1, issue 2, And back in 2012, 2013, we did a Kickstarter and did Tales Through Time. So when we first brought out Scarlet Huntress, when we first came up with the idea, it was back in 2003. Both my wife and I, at the time, we were just dating. We graduated from college. I just started trying to find work in the comic industry, and I was working with a small press publisher out of Cincinnati area, and I was doing some trading card art, just simple stuff. And he approached me, the head of the publisher approached me about doing an anthology piece. He said, can you do a short story? We need it by such and such date, whatever. And so it was immediately, I called Steph up and I'm like, hey, I've got this opportunity. Do you want to come up with a story to do? And over a couple phone calls, some emails, what have you, we developed a character. We based it on a modern day descendant of Little Red Riding Hood. She's based in Columbus. She's going after different clans of werewolves because she's trying to figure out who killed her mother. So we're taking that classic fairy tale and kind of twisting it. We actually did do a version at one point in time a few years back where Steph actually rewrote the original fairy tale to fit our mythology, and then she did all the artwork, and we made it look like one of the classic children's books where it's the square format, like the little golden books you'd read to a kid or whatnot. But we made a really dark version of Little Red Riding Hood to fit in with what we do, and we've just kind of built off of that. So like I said, we've got the Tales Through Time, which has 3 short stories in it, much like we're doing on the new Kickstarter. And then we've got Scarlet's Field Guide to Cryptids, which is basically Scarlet's journal of everything she's kept over her time as being the Scarlet Huntress, going through and finding different monsters like Bigfoot, the Ohio Grassman, you name it. And we actually got a bunch of friends to provide artwork for it. We actually were able to get some photos of a real unknown creature that my mother-in-law took some photos in her backyard of something she has no idea what it is. It looks like it's part cat, part fox. No clue.
What is it, chupacabra?
Yeah. So,
The Mothman.
We were able to work all this fun stuff in the book, and like I said, we did the take on the fairy tale. So that's like everything that's out so far. And then right now we're running the Kickstarter it's a brand new issue. We're shooting for 28 pages or more if we reach enough stretch goals. But like you already mentioned, we got Daryl Banks to do a cover. Marat Michaels has done a cover for us. Carla Wasgala, a.k.a. Carlations, she's working on a cover for us. She posted a photo and tagged me on Instagram today. She started reading all the stuff, trying to get some ideas for the cover. And then I've got all sorts of other friends that have jumped in, like Jamie Snell, Jalen Warner, Jay Fife, Nate Lovett have all been awesome enough to be like, hey, let me do a piece for you that's going to be, a print or a bookmark or whatever we decide to come up with on all the different stretch goals, so we can kind of hopefully get the book rolling enough, at least release this issue, and then hopefully gives us the opportunity to release the next issue a little bit quicker, because each one has taken us about 5 years in between. So we're really hoping that we can get this thing funded enough to be like, okay, let's take some of that, put it towards doing the next one, and see how we can approach, like I said, get them out there a little bit quicker than all this time in between each issue.
That's awesome.
Kickstarter's like a weird beast. So I was scrolling around on there. We're big supporters of a lot of independent comics on Kickstarter, and I had found one. It was called The Girl with No Name, and it's produced by Legion M. And much like the potato salad dude, this comic book is looking for $6,000. They're north of $80,000 already. And I wonder, what
they did.
Yeah.
Well, and it's Legion M who produced Mandy and everything. Who's that? The people own the studio, and it's great for them. But I'm just wondering, what draws people to be like, oh, they already have this much money. Let me give them more money, because that's a tremendous amount of money. I mean, $80,000 for
a
one-time book, and And you're doing great. Scarlet Huntress is already funded. It's on its second stretch goal.
Yeah, today we hit the second stretch goal, so we're working on the third one. Like I said, we're going to bring in all these artists that have done various pieces. Right now, we're looking to add 3 prints. So, like, the great thing about doing the Kickstarter is, like, yeah, it's a little expensive to jump in and, like, back the project at first because of all the added expense that Kickstarter adds in there. So you're paying a little bit more for a single comic, but right now we've added stickers to the package. Everybody's getting a digital copy of the entire Scarlet Huntress library that we have. But next up is everybody will get 3 different prints. So like the starting point where you get physical rewards is like $15.
Yeah.
So now you're going to get stickers, you're going to get the digital stuff, hopefully get some prints, and then we're going to keep hopefully building onto that. So you get all this like added bonus material for free based on your initial pledge. And yeah, and then to like kind of approach what you were saying about people like, oh, this thing's already got this, and jumping in and giving more money to something that's reached an astronomical price point or whatever. It's just I think everybody like gets into that like almost like collector mentality or whatever, and it's like I gotta have this because everybody else is going after it, or something along those lines. It seems to be kind of what urges people, pushes them. At least that's my take on seeing what everybody does when they're like, oh, I gotta have this because it's everybody else is getting it.
Yeah. Where are the best places that people can go to find out to find your Kickstarter and find how to support you?
The easiest one is to go to Kickstarter.com and search Scarlet Huntress Adventures. It'll come up. But you can find me on social media. My Facebook is Sean Forney Illustration. My Instagram, Twitter.
Handle.
Instagram handle, Twitter, Tumblr, all the rest of the mess is all at Sean Forney Art.
Pornhub link.
I don't have one of those yet.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yet.
Well, just let us know.
He hasn't kicked it out yet.
Get it?
It's not ruling it out.
We'll see how the Kickstarter
Depends
goes.
on how far the stretch goes.
Speaking of stickers, can you pass me one of these?
Yeah.
I need to
They're really
look
cool,
at
dude.
this guy.
No, the best one is the actual Scarlet Huntress sticker.
Well, the question I have for Sean and Caleb
Was that inspired by my daughter?
and Caleb can attest to this. When did you actually get a likeness of Chelsea waking up after C2E2?
You weren't even in my room.
Can you zoom? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's Chelsea at C2E2
I was
waking up.
like pretty grumpy in the morning.
Pretty grumpy.
I had to drink you saw me coffeeless a lot.
This dude looks more than pretty grumpy.
That was me, dude. That was me.
This dude looks ready to tear a human being from limb to limb.
And this was you, dude, right here. This was you.
That's me all the time.
I know.
Yeah. That one.
Ellis.
That's me all the time.
Beautiful on the ready.
Already shined his head in the morning. It's good to go.
Beautiful on the ready.
That's because you had your own space. You don't have to share a shower with Pete.
No.
You got to groom yourself.
You probably
Appropriately.
share a hotel room, obviously, with your wife. Do you guys have any hotel room rules?
Not usually. We'll usually share with a couple of friends.
Okay, so you should have some rules then.
Ellis has a lot of rules, which is why he did not stay with us.
I have one main rule. Is have some respect for yourself. Go down to the lobby bathroom and take your dumps.
Okay, yeah, that is a rule. I didn't initiate that, but that was initiated
Ellis.
because of me.
Did ours have a lobby bathroom?
No.
Man,
And that's why I took the solo bedroom, because I was like, oh man, I can just
smart man.
poop at will.
We had to deal with Pete, dude, who was like, open the windows, turn on the music. And then anytime Caleb would go to the bathroom, for anything, he could be brushing his teeth. Pete was like, I got you, bro. I'm turning on music. I got you. He's like, it gets loud in there, And I was like, what is wrong with you?
I went to go shower, and all of a sudden I hear this music just cranking up. I'm like, I'm taking a shower.
You know what? A shower is a good way to hide it, because then you turn on the shower, you get it steamy, and then
Really use a lot of soap.
you prison flush
Right.
super hard. I mean,
Pete also courtesy flushed 4 times every time he was in
Yeah.
there. I was like, dude, I don't know what your deal is.
Sometimes
Something
you
was
gotta.
wrong,
yeah, sometimes you gotta. So you're on the con circuit pretty regularly. Caleb, you want to?
You want a beer?
I want to. Yeah, throw me on one. Another Jackie O's Ohio Pale.
Mid sentence. You're on that concept. Caleb.
I mean, the producer's working
He
hard
just
tonight.
glanced down and he was like, "Oh, need it."
Oh, hit my head on the mic. You ready?
Yeah.
Alley-oop.
Every time.
Thank you. Do you
You're
want
not
one?
even using your glass, girl.
I don't
Still
even.
got some. Still working my
behind
way
you.
through it here.
You want to split it? Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
Come
I see.
on.
There's a glass behind you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're on the con circuit pretty hard. We were talking a little off air. There she goes. Look at that. She used to be
Hold
a
on.
bartender.
Hold on, I got the zoom. You ready?
Yeah,
It's kind of my thing to do like a really hard pour.
That's
Did you see me get it?
that's not even,
That's so bad.
I think it looks good, dude.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse.
my favorite was that half beer. She's just like shaking it.
She had to get every last drop.
Yeah.
So I told Ellis, I read an article where if
Yeah.
beer makes you like feel bloated or like you burpy or whatever, it's because you soft pour this beer and then all the
Mine looks bad
know.
too. It's because Caleb just quarterbacked it to me.
just bad.
Caleb just quarterbacked it to
Oh
me.
yeah, okay, but
That
not
wasn't
me.
that wasn't a Bernie Kosar throw, man. That was a
No,
Jake
so
Del
now I
Holm.
just like
Oh,
always
that was
just
so
straight up
sad.
and down pour my beers and they make fun of me. So that's how I do it at the bar too.
I do like that you're learning Panther history, though.
I know some Jake Del Holm. Con circuit, my man. Speaking of
What?
cons, we're going to be hanging with you again. Gym City Con, April
Yeah.
27th and 28th, Dayton, Ohio, at the what convention center is that?
Dayton Convention Center.
Dayton Convention Center.
I
That's
even-
easy.
I even wore my Gem City Comic Con shirt.
Yes,
I love
we are huge fans of Gym City Con. It's one of my favorite cons because it's nowhere near the excitement of C2E2 on Saturday.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Like-
that was insane.
Yeah, Saturday, like we went to a panel at C2E2 and had a blast, and we walked in and we all just collectively looked at each other and
We were
like,
like, "We're out."
We gotta go.
Right.
I was like,
Ellis looked at me and he's like, "Does this feel like like it's like a little too much?" And I was like, "It's way too much." And he's like, "Let's go. We're out of here."
yeah, it was heavy.
We immediately went to a Mexican restaurant and got like a pitcher of margaritas.
Yeah, we're just slamming. So, Gym City Con, we are going to be producing a live show at the Drink and Draw from Warped Wing that night. You're going to be there all day, slinging some incredible art, selling some Scarlet Huntress, and you're also going to be doing your commissions. Jesse, one of the best dudes in the biz.
Yeah, I've known Jesse now, like 13, 14 years, something like that. Met him when I always poke fun at him. His wife invited me to the convention their second year. We were at another convention, the Buckeye Con in Columbus, and Jesse didn't come talk to me. His wife Izzy did. And she was like, "You want to come to the convention?" Sure, I tried to go last year, but the dates didn't work out for us. And I've known him, got to know him even more over the years, and yeah, he's a good dude, good family. They've become like family to us, so yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
Caleb, you're gonna have to get her some towels.
I pushed it too far.
Dude, this bar does not even have a finished like poly coat on it yet.
Where do I go?
They're right here. They're in front. I'm sorry, my man. The producer's working overtime tonight. Now he's cleaning up spills.
I'm trying not to shoot my beer out my nose onto these comics.
To me, like Gym City
Thanks,
Con's
man.
just like a really fun con because it's
Yeah.
it's nice, it's manageable, a lot of great like artists, and then a lot of great like
I feel like we're good.
comics
Thank you.
also. Like you can really like go there and search out key issues. A lot of great comic vendors. So Jesse puts on a great con. What's some of your other con schedule coming up?
Let's see. So Gem City at the end of April. I'll have a couple weeks off into the end of May, beginning of June. I'll be at Colossal Con up in Sandusky. Then I'll have a nice break until San Diego Comic Con, and then I've got Baltimore in October. Champion City, which Jesse also runs out in Springfield. That'll be at the end of October.
Ooh.
And then wrap up the year at Akron Comic Con. I think that's the first weekend in November.
No New York City.
Not this year.
He's going to San Diego. That's
I want to go to San Diego.
No, here's the thing. You say that.
San Diego.
You say that, and we're like getting ready to put in for press for like New York.
Yeah.
But now, like, I just strictly want to go there to do the panels and like
same.
get out.
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
No.
In like walking the floor.
No.
If C2E2 was trouble, double that crowd. Yeah.
And I heard the build at New York's like different because it's like multi floors, so it's like each floor is tight.
Yeah,
and
I haven't been there in a couple of years. Last time I was there, Artist Alley had its own building. It looked like an old aircraft hangar. Jeez. And that place was packed nonstop, and it actually stayed open an hour later than the rest of the show floor.
Because that's why everybody's there.
Well, I mean, that's the way it looked. The place was packed, but since I was there last, they tore it down and they moved Artist Alley into one of the like underground floors at like the rest of the Javits Center.
No respect.
Yeah,
this sounds like a shield. Like,
I don't like it.
All it took for me is like the year after I went, they had tore down that building, they moved Artist Alley, and I saw one photo of Artist Alley, and there's these big giant pillars in the center of the picture. And there's this horde of people going through the center of these pillars. And there's
God, I just got the fucking EBGBs, dude. I'm sorry, I'm not about that life.
and you're like, I want to go to San Diego.
I feel like preschool's crowded.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to.
Well, if you can imagine all these people trying to, like, you know, go
Oh,
downstream.
I can imagine that. Yeah.
There was people trying to come upstream that were literally climbing around the panel doing this number, trying to get out. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Oh, my God.
and then Sean yelled, "Fire!"
Somebody blows the alarm.
It just said,
Dude,
only the strong survive.
Yeah.
we might just be caking it in New York style.
Yeah, that's one reason why I'm so excited for Gem City, and we're also the featured podcast for Tricon in
Nice.
Huntington, West Virginia, with Broken Icon Comics, and really pumped for that because I feel like there's so many great artists at those conventions, and you get everything you want out of a convention without it being this like Uber kind of like, because C2E2 is the finals for like cosplay or something, so it's a big deal. We were talking off camera of this cosplayer that we watched for an hour walk 30 feet because one, her costume, two, everyone wanted a picture with her and she looked so miserable.
Yeah, I mean, we watched, it was probably 40 minutes and she made it like 20, 30 feet.
Yeah. It was like,
and we were like, this is great.
And the crazy thing with C2E2 is like, I felt like we were pretty well all over the place. Like we didn't see you. We didn't see our friends Matt and Lisa. There were multiple people. Tim Seeley we didn't run into. Like I was talking with Caleb earlier and he's like, Sean was there? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know. We might have been standing next to him.
I feel like a few people texted us after and were like, why didn't you guys come say hi? And I was like, I don't know.
It wasn't on
Because
purpose.
we
It's
felt like
just a lot
really
of people.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think Saturday I was able to leave the table twice. And that was to go to the bathroom, and that was it.
That's awful.
It was the busiest the show's ever been. They had their record-setting crowd of like I think they said somewhere in 85 to 90,000 people range, something like
Felt
that.
like that.
Oh, good.
And,
We weren't there.
Yeah, it was a complete sellout. They've never had that happen in the like this was their 10th show, and over the years they've never had anything close to that. At least from what I can remember. But yeah, Saturday it was just wall to wall, elbow to elbow. You couldn't go anywhere. But it was, I mean.
Oh, we went somewhere
Yeah.
to
We
a
left.
Mexican restaurant to get margaritas.
Chimichangas.
Yeah.
We were pretty drunk after that. And then we're like, let's go to the Bean. Like,
It was wild. It was like so heavy in there, and there was such a collection of great like artists.
Oh yeah, they every year they pull out all the stops and bring in all the guests, whether it's the celebrities, the artists, you know, even like the exhibitors that are set up. They try to bring in the best of the best, and that's what brings people out. And they did everything for their anniversary this year, and it was insane. It lived up to the hype.
yeah,
So
it
you-
was so much fun.
So you saw walking in that huge Into the Badlands banner?
Oh, God.
I mean, it was right in the hallway, right when you came up the
It
escalators.
was literally the
There
size
were so
of the
many
front
people.
of
No.
Ellis's house.
So I had reached. We went to the panel. We're huge fans of that show. We're going to be covering it, and we had a great time at the panel, like the exclusive premiere of season 4. And I had just gotten on Daniel Wu's page, and I was like, "Hey, what's happening with that banner? We would love to get it." Instagram. I'm great at creating conversation. And he responded to us, and he's like,
Subtle.
"Do you really want it?" He's like, "We were wondering where it's going to go." And we're like, "Hell yeah, we want it." And we were like, so hyped.
I like how suddenly it's we and not you.
You didn't want it.
No.
What are we
was
going to
it?
do with it? You'd have to put it on the outside of your house, and Courtney is not going to be cool with that.
I got a crawl space.
You could use it as like a barrier between
I-
you and your neighbor's
Hey,
yard. It was
you can build a
huge,
fort
dude.
outside.
It literally wouldn't fit in his garage. It's not like you could hang it on his garage
Yeah.
wall. Like it would not fit.
I wanted it, and I wanted it autographed.
It wouldn't have fit in here. You could have wrapped around all the walls.
Then you would
Little
have had the
autograph
challenge.
like this big in the bottom right hand corner of this.
It was
He goes, do you know what he kept saying? This was like seriously so annoying. He's like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to make sheets out of it. I was like, you're not going to make sheets, dude. No, you're not. And you know what? He sure shit. Like, we're getting ready to leave. We're sitting like waiting for him. I was like, where's Ellis? And Pete's like, oh, he went to ask some dude about getting that banner. And I was like, where is it going to go in the car?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
He
Like,
gets in
how
the
are we
car
gonna
and he
get
was
this
all
home?
upset because he didn't get it.
We were going to have it run
Fly.
off the back of the minivan like a flag. That's
The
what.
van's going to have a cape. Hey, everybody, we just came from Comic-Con.
It literally was so big you couldn't have put it like on the side of an 18-wheeler. It would have.
Yeah, it was.
It would have
It
wrapped
was
around
massive.
it.
It had to be like almost 2 stories high.
It's huge. And I'm like, and then he gets in the car all defeated, and he's like, "They said it's a hard no."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I imagine so." And he's like, "I was gonna make sheets out of it."
Ellis, why did they tell you no?
I don't even know.
Is it because your zipper was down?
Oh yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, my zipper was down the whole time. So I was talking to David Mack. I bought a bunch of art off of him because I'm a huge fan, and I was like trying to get him to come on the cast. But beforehand, I had like ran back to the van, and I had ran in, and I was like, to the max. I was like, oh my god, I got to go to the bathroom, and I like, obviously, I was like, it was such a moving experience going to the bathroom.
Totally forgot.
Number one, that I forgot to get my zipper up, and I told Caleb when I got back, I was like, dude, I'm in here talking to like one of the heads of Reed Pop, David Mack, for like 30 minutes, and I realized my zipper was down the whole time.
And was David sitting at his table while you were talking to him?
He was
Yeah, like
standing.
eye
Okay.
level with his dick.
Yeah, because I was going to say, when you're at a con, it's like you see Deadpool walking by, and it's like, dude, get a dance belt.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, they said no. It was a hard no. I was disappointed. Because, I mean, here was the thing. When they were like, it's a hard no, I was like, oh, well, they probably want to use it at another con. And I was like, man, the thing said, like, season premiere tomorrow.
It had
Like,
a
it
date
had
on
a
it.
date. Like, it was expiring. They could have come off of it.
You
They
came
just didn't
off
wanna take it
creepy,
down.
dude. They didn't
No,
wanna...
no, there would have been no way, dude. It's probably like a 2-day, like you're bringing in scissor lift. To get the thing. It's not like, oh yeah, it probably would have been like $100 shipping to get the thing.
Yeah, they wanted to get rid of it so they didn't have to ship it back. But to get the union guys come take it down, it would have cost a fortune. So it was like, no, not gonna happen.
It definitely didn't help that your zipper was down.
I felt like that was the shining light. Of the
They're like,
whole thing.
we almost said yes because we saw your purple underwear.
We saw your baby pecker, and we were like, man, this poor guy's got nothing going for him. Let him have this damn thing.
Yeah. You were this close, dude.
Let him just have this.
This close. Oh my god.
That's why they almost said yes, because they're like, about that close. About that close, about that far.
About a half-inch away from a hard yes.
From a hard yes. Maybe that. It's a hard no. Like, I didn't feel that that
Literally,
aroused
that's what
in
they
there.
said. Like, and there's an Instagram message that says it's a hard no. And I was like,
It was an email. Don't exaggerate.
I thought it was on Instagram.
It's an email.
Oh, I
They
saw
got
it
back
either
to
way.
us direct.
What's the difference between getting back through Instagram and getting
I don't know.
back
It's called a direct message on Instagram, but email is more direct.
Email is more like personal.
And
you know?
it's harder when they say no.
Right. And I thought you were talking about like just like Reed Pop C2E2 got out there and was like, these guys wanted this panel. This is our closing Sunday post.
Yeah.
Fuck Heroes by the Pint. Which that was one of their closing posts.
It probably was.
We were walking around and I was drinking a Revolution beer and some guy was like, great choice in beer. And I was like, well, it's the only choice. So
Yeah.
cheers.
Yeah.
So sure.
Right.
Sure, buddy. Yeah.
The con circuit, it's got to be rough to keep up a strong beer diet because they get a little expensive in there.
Yeah. We learned early on, Buddy and I, anytime we go to like one of the AfterCon things.
Caleb,
Yeah.
take notes.
So you go and you get yourself one of those coolers that has the zip out lining.
Yeah.
You get a nice backpack. You put that zip out lining in there. You fill that with ice. Put your beers in there, and you walk to the party. And then when your friends walk by, you're like, "Want a beer?" Pull the beer out.
So we're hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did have a bunch of beer back at our hotel.
Yeah.
yeah. We early on we were doing Wizard World Chicago. This was like 10 years ago or more, and yeah, it was. We stayed at the hotel across the street, and that was where we got our nice free breakfast and free drinks at the Embassy Suites or whatever. So we'd walk back over to I think it was a Hyatt or Hilton or whatever for the party, the hangout spot, whatever. So we'd stay just outside of the bar where they had it cordoned off, so we could drink whatever we wanted. Security guys didn't care. Police didn't care. We had our own beers that we bought for like $10 versus going to buy $10 per beer.
I'll say this, Gym City Con, very affordable to drink.
Yes.
So get to the Dayton Convention Center. There you'll have your choice of Warped Wing, Gamma Bomb, some great Yellow Springs. That's what I had last year. And going to be some great artists there because Jeremy Clark's going to be on site too. I'm sure he'll be a real hoot and be a part of the drink and draw. Yeah, we're excited for that drink and draw. Last year, we were like stumbling out of there. It was like 9:30.
Yeah, I did that a few years ago. It was not a pretty sight.
Yeah, and my problem is to get real comfortable in a con. That's why I said like I couldn't get comfortable at C2E2. Like I got to get real drunk to be like I'm okay with this. Like
Yeah.
I'm okay to be like fuck it, people everywhere. Like
It's like
my
a mosh
flies
pit.
down.
Yeah,
Like,
I felt like you just walked out of a mosh pit.
It's like,
Everybody's all sweaty.
yeah.
you're sweaty, covered in bruises.
Yeah.
I feel like I need one of those masks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Dude, I've seen you post about it before. The con crud's no
it's
joke.
awful. Oh yeah. I've like found myself a couple of regimens before going to a con to hopefully avoid getting the con crud. And it's like every time somebody shakes a hand, it's like, where's the hand sanitizer?
Saw a lot of people with
Yeah.
a lot of hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what we were missing out. The mask, the hand sanitizer, hazmat suits.
Yeah.
rubber gloves up to my elbow.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's-
gonna lie, like I had a lot of fun at the con, but I was very happy to like hit my bed at night.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's-
and the inside is so dry, my lips were like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
peeling. I
yeah.
was like,
Oh yeah,
God.
dude. Caleb used chapstick for the first
I don't
time.
like chapstick. I don't like the feel. That's
He was
weird.
like, "Where's your chapstick?" I was like, "He's dying.
I-
Quick, throw him a Smirnoff Ice." It's like all Pete brought was like Smirnoff Ice for his girlfriend. Our whole fridge, like we got all this beer at our fridge in the Red Roof, and they've got like a pretty decent sized fridge. And sure shit, I like go to grab a beer, and it's like 30 different flavors of Smirnoff Ice. I was like, "What the hell is this?" Keith's like, "Oh, Ellis took all the beer back to his room." I was like, "What?"
You own a room,
Stuck
your own
here
bathroom,
with bright
and all the
blue,
beer.
like
Beer?
blue Kerouac coconut Smirnoff.
I took all the Pedialyte.
Yeah.
That was also messed
You
up.
were set.
And then he's like, I woke up this morning and did jumping jacks at 5:30. I was like, what?
Because
That's
because the
overachiever,
Pedialyte.
man.
That's because of the Pedialyte. Yeah.
Right.
I'll say this: doing those calf raises was a bad idea after we walked 9 miles.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
Yeah, that's just suicide, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was rough. You got any other big announcements? So I think we're coming up towards the end here.
I think we covered most everything that I put on my cheat sheet and notes here.
Anything else you want to plug? Like any of your social handles?
I can say those again. Twitter,
well.
Instagram, Tumblr.
Chelsea, hold on. Chelsea's just so excited to be in on the handle thing.
I
where
just
she
wanted to
like,
say it one last
handle?
time. I was like,
uh,
do you have any social
The fact that
handles you want to plug? What's your gamer tag?
Yeah, what's your handle? Gamer tag handle? I mean, you got a handle here? She's gonna be like up at the water cooler at
The
work
fact that
tomorrow.
she was just baiting him and he went for it.
I know. He just went right in. He didn't even think anything about it.
I'm so used to it. It's just like, yeah, it's this, and this.
Yeah, see, Ellis is always on the lookout.
I just love she's gonna be at the water cooler tomorrow. Oh, what's your handle?
We do have water cooler talks sometimes.
Yeah,
you go.
everybody does.
I know.
Gym City Con,
You
April
don't let him plug his
27th.
handles. He was about to.
All right, handles.
Okay. Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, at Sean Forney Art, Facebook, Sean Forney Illustration, because, I had to make it more difficult. And then, go check out the Kickstarter. Tell all your friends, because that's the way it works. We can't do it without people sharing it, getting the word spread, and, Yeah.
I always like to hit it like this: make like Taking Back Sunday and tell all your friends.
That's right. And
That
on
was
the
so
Kickstarter,
cheesy.
it's Scarlet Huntress Adventures, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Great Kickstarter, great comics, beautiful art.
Cool dude.
Yeah, really great stretch. That's the first time he's ever heard that.
All right, somebody thinks I'm cool.
There's some really great stretch goals over there. And like I said, we were proud to support it. We try to support each and every one of our close friends that put out a great Kickstarter. Casey Pierce, Garrett Gunn, you, Sean. I mean, we're really excited for this book. So
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to get everything together, put it out there, and see what happens with all of it.
I'm excited to not remember Gym CityCon.
Me too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, where are we staying at Gym CityCon?
Where do you think we're going to stay?
I don't know. You didn't tell me today.
Well, we're budget heroes.
Duh.
Yeah. Where are we going to be at? We're going to be at the Red Roof Inn because we are budget heroes through and through.
Yeah.
Chelsea knows.
We're not victims to those villainous price gouging hotels.
That's right. Don't be a dummy.
Save that money.
Yeah.
Just need to get it right
she
that
caught
time.
on.
What's
Be a-
up, Red Roof Inn?
Be a budget hero like the Heroes by the Pint crew is each and every con trip that we go out on. Sean, I'm sure you probably listened to the episode, but the one time I was like, I set her up like that. I'm like, don't be a
This happened,
dummy.
no. This happened like 3 episodes. Like,
I was
that's the first time since the sponsorship that I've gotten it right.
I was like, don't be a dummy. And she's like, be a hero?
He's like, no, save that money. Stay at the Red Roof Inn. Come on. And I'm like,
We don't rehearse things, so
I
it
feel
just
like
gets
you're a
worse.
hero if you stay there. I mean, honestly, can I say one thing about the Red Roof Inn?
Let's hear it.
Okay, so C2E2 is really big for the
Yep.
cosplay circuit. There's a big cosplay contest, and I was actually talking to my boss at work about how genius Red Roof is because they had beauty mirrors in all their bathrooms. And Claire, who was one of the she's a plus size cosplayer that we are friends with, who was on the con circuit with us, was like, dude, these mirrors are incredible. Like, I've never looked better than when I'm in one of these
No,
mirrors.
because they're like fake mirors.
No,
because
it's,
listen,
it's like
when I was
studio
doing
lighting. It's
when I was
studio
doing my
lighting.
jumping jacks in front of him, I was like, damn, I look thin as fuck. It's like that Hugh Jackman.
That's what's up.
I was like, man, I'm shredded.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, like, I know they were like, oh, stay here, be comfortable, go do your thing. But, like, I didn't really want to stop looking at myself.
But no, here's those mirrors are like the fitting room mirrors where you look and you're like, yeah.
I mean, it's genius. Like, they had really, really beautiful amenities. For
Yeah,
what, for where we were. I
Chelsea's
was
looking
really
in the mirror.
impressed.
She's like, I look like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, dude, that's how I
She
felt.
came out and she looked like this.
I said to Caleb, I was like,
She came out and she's like, that's how she really looked.
Well, dude, it was brutal because like I'd come out of the bathroom after like doing my makeup or whatever, or not doing my makeup, which is even scarier.
And then you would get slayed by the Scarlet Huntress.
Right outside the bathroom door was like a mirror, but it had natural lighting from the room. And I would like open the door and be like, God! Who the fuck is that?
Fucking Casper? Good Christ.
And I asked Erica, I was like, do you look 1,000 times shittier in this mirror? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I think that's what we really look like. I was like, no, it's not. So yeah. Anyway, kudos to Red Roof for having those beauty mirrors. They were cool. And I mean, honestly, for the cosplayers on the circuit, I think it really, really,
Yeah.
And I mean, it's an important amenity because you gotta look good when you're cosplaying.
I mean, when they're cosplaying, they're walking in there, they think they look like Black Cat, and really they look like Two-Face.
But they don't know, and then they get back to the Red Roof, and they still look good as hell.
Yeah,
you know?
they walk in there like, I'm still Black Cat the whole time.
That's right.
They look like Harvey Dent. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
It's like Two-Face. You just don't know what you're getting.
Cheers to the Red Roof Inn. Cheers to all of our sponsors, Source Point Press. We have some promo codes coming at you very soon for our official beer glass. Sean, why don't you hold it up for the
hold
people?
it up.
The Tubby.
How'd you like drinking out of it?
I like it.
Isn't it great?
It's nice. It
best.
doesn't
It
feel like
fits
it's
a
going to
whole
tip over.
beer.
It kind of it's deceiving on
Like
how much
all
beer it
that
holds.
beer
too.
that you poured out of this glass, it would have fit in there.
Nice.
That's true. It
Not
would've
with
fit in-
Chelsea's pour.
Yeah, you know.
Yes,
that-
it
We have
would.
some really great promo codes coming your way for Tubby as well as Vault Comics. Also, we have really big announcements coming up for something we are working with Vault Comics and Source Point Press on, which means more work for me, more work for the producer. Chelsea still does basically not a lot. But
She's here.
she's here,
Whatever, dude.
and she got the rhyme down this time.
Yeah, I nailed the.
One step at a time, Ellis.
I felt like I did a really good job.
Right, and she's gonna start working on her beer pour. She
Probably
promises
not.
better for TV.
Really not.
Oh, head over to heroesbythepint.com. Over there, you can support this podcast. Make sure you check out Scarlet Huntress Kickstarter. This Kickstarter means a lot to us, means a lot to Sean. We want this book more regularly than every 5 years, my man.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to get on there. We're going to bump up our goal, our support, just to make that stretch hit a little harder. And this is the Heroes by the Pint podcast. We are the Glassy Eye Geeks, and we are out.
Got wild at the end.